What a lovely, lovely Gary Monday morning. Yes, it's Gary Monday morning. I normally do a load of different things, whether it's on the scooter here or I do my media stuff. So today I'm doing a combined YouTube Gazza's media newsreel, and then I'm going to do the traditional Facebook one. So shall we start? I've got a few notes because I missed something out last week, and it's been a week since I spat the dummy, if you remember. I was a little bit embarrassed about it, but I left it out anyway. So here we are, look, here we are. Let's go. There's a reason I'm playing this track as well. Get ready. You know it now. Wait for it. Wait for it. Listen. Just listen, the chorus. One more for them, one more for them, one more for them, and another one for us. So that's how we start our Facebook, eh? So now let's go on to my YouTube channel. I'll put this on YouTube as well, so it's a combined one today. So this is another one. I'm having problems with YouTube. They've deleted my most watched one, which was a few thousand. Anyway, this was one I did about a month ago, just to start.
We'd like to say that in our opinion it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Leslie, well, it's good to be back. That's enough about that, chappy, eh? So I'm just doing this as if it's live. I would normally have the green screen, or they'd stick me in a jail or somewhere, or whatever. Leslie, my producer, mate. Now, I have a few problems. No, not problems. That was cleared up many years ago. I've left my notes behind. I don't want to leave nothing out. You can see I've not rehearsed it. I'd never ever rehearse anything I ever do. Did you know I went on a 2-year acting course for improvisation, because life's but improvisation. I love that. Now, racism. I know it's back to that old one. Shall we do a better view? It's racism. Oh no, we'll do it that way. So racism in the UK. So I played this clip the other week. I've got it already. I've got this bit already. I've got this vile man ready.
Or October the 7th, this was all heading in the right direction. It's been far too high for far too long. Clearly, we need to just say over and over again, Islamophobia is intolerable.
So what this man is doing, because he's sucking up to the Muslim community in the UK, he's going to bring in a new law. So if I post anything, say like this, I don't agree with a large Muslim community in the UK. It's now Islamic phobia, and if I was in the UK, they're more than welcome to come knock on my door and lock me up, because he's going to pass a law. Now, we already did this one, didn't we, last week? And last Monday I completely and utterly lost the plot. So there's a reason I've gotten away from all of this stuff. I'm going to have a month off, but I'm just going to explain why. Because I do feel we're a minority in a majority world where we're being closed down by diversity. So first thing, that was the first thing. Then this fucking bitch, and we know she is a bitch. I'm going to try and keep calm today. And this is her as well, look.
Muslim Heritage Month is a great opportunity to recognise the immense contributions Muslims have made and continue to make to British society.
Now, that statement in itself is racist. It's reverse racism, isn't it? Think about it. So I then look, what do the Muslims that come to the UK bring in? But before I get to that, also they have between 5 and 7 children. You can look at the census. That's what the census is for. So the British white people, or the British people, because we've got a lot of Jamaicans, Indians, Chinese as well that make it up. And don't forget, they don't force their ideology onto the British people. They just get on with their life, don't they? So in this statement, what she's saying is what they're bringing a lot more babies, that's for sure, between 5 and 7. The most popular name last year was Mohammed. There wasn't even a Gary christened last year, Leslie. That's ridiculous. Not a single Gary. So Mohammed. So within 25 years, do your own research if you want, but within 25 years, you're going to have nearly 20% Muslims in the UK. Now, I don't have problems with Muslims per se, but it's back to that old video, this one I did that I just cut myself off. If you had an ingredient, and I'm not apologising for being white, by the way, ever, but if you had an ingredient, and say the ingredient in England was vanilla flavour, and then you have this recipe book from around the world, and then there's someone in charge, some chef somewhere in charge of this recipe book, and then he says, oh yes, this flavour's good, that mixes with vanilla very well, and that one, and that, oh, that one doesn't mix too well. There's certain flavours that don't go together, and this particular flavour doesn't, and that bitch is only sucking up because she needs the Muslim vote, because she's not going to get any other votes, is she? So that's the first thing. What do they actually bring? Diversity. Does Britain want diversity from other cultures that then take over the British culture? And we've discussed this on my news channel. Christianity, Catholics, yeah, we've got a bit of Jewish, bit of everything. But now we've got this real big push to literally, let's think about it. Labour Party are singling out the Muslims as almost the saviour. You get where I'm coming from? This is so bloody wrong. So they're saying it's enhancing British society. Well, I'm saying that's a load of fucking shit. So they're enhancing British society. So you can't talk about Christianity. You can't. What happened to Lent? I mentioned this last week. There was no Lent. And I'm looking here. Where is it? I've got to get it right. I always get my facts right. Norwood School in Eastleigh, right? They have sent out an email to everybody saying we are not going to celebrate Easter anymore because we're more about diversity. So that's what the Muslims are bringing, is it? We can't even celebrate Easter. That's just one thin wedge, should we say. All right? This will only get worse till you push it all back. You know that. So you've got now Ofcom, is it Ofsted or Ofcom, one or the other? It's the guy that's in charge of the schools in the UK. You know where I'm going with that one as well. Do your research on him. Another good Muslim lad. He was in charge of schools in his own area, his own council, and they were shut down because they weren't fit for purpose. He's now in charge of the whole country. Now, again, it's not about the Muslims. It's about their ideology, the way they think the Quran compared to the Bible, right? So I would rather live under a Christian country than a Muslim country any day of the fucking week. And so would they. Otherwise, why would they go to the UK? Yeah? So, on that note, the three safer... So they come over from other countries, right? Why do they go to Europe? UK, but Europe. And the biggest population is now in France. We know what they're going through. So let's have a quick look, shall we? The safest countries to be a Muslim in the world is Turkey, Indonesia and Malaysia. So why the fuck do they then want to go into Europe? I'm just saying. The bitch. Then let's just have another look at Keir Starmer. If you think he's a good Prime Minister, think a fucking again. He gives two shits not about any of you in Britain. And look, he's a born fucking liar. Look at this.
In the pockets of working people. And that's why a Labour government would freeze council tax this year. No ifs, no buts.
Labour would freeze council tax next year. They were going to freeze council tax next year.
You could rip up that council tax bill
and go on and on and on. And you're about to get your council tax to go up. That man does not care. That government does not care. It does not care about protecting British culture. British culture. I am proud to be British. I'm also proud that I'm a part of New Zealand, but I'm proud of our culture, not this bullshit. And it is bullshit, isn't it? What's really annoying is I'm just an ordinary guy that just wants to get on with life, piss around with his bloody scooters, look at his DVDs, do his editing, have a bit of a laugh, have my little TV show, and not have to deal with this shit. But I deal with this shit because it's around us all the time. And you might go, yeah, but you live in New Zealand. That's really good. Well, I'm telling you, New Zealand went through a very, very dark road with Jacinda Ardern. Yes, on the world stage, everyone said she was fucking wonderful. She wasn't. She nearly caused apartheid in New Zealand. Unbelievable. $110 billion she borrowed. She then resigned before the election because she knew she'd get kicked out. Now we've got Chris Luxton. He's national. National in New Zealand is the equivalent of the Tories. And they don't give a fuck about the healthcare system, which is totally failing in this country. I train in the gym 2 doctors. They tell me what's going on. And Luxton doesn't care. Luxton, I voted for him because we needed change. But he didn't bring fucking real change in this country. We've got gold, we've got oil, we've got coal. Jacinda closed down, and this is part, and it's happening in the UK, isn't it? This fucking net zero bullshit. See them trees? Carbon. Ain't just fucking water in the ground that fucking grows them. They suck the shit out of the air and they give us oxygen back. Unbelievable. So we're planting trees in this country. Farmers have to plant trees. Oh, aeroplane. It's only a little light one. There we go. Distraction. Honestly. So our coal plants, we got coal for, you know, for fucking electricity. Stick coal in a furnace and then somewhere down the line a turbine spits out energy. She closed all our coal mines down in New Zealand. We don't even fucking make our own tar. It has to come from abroad. So now we import this dirty coal and carry on, and now we're perceived as green. What the fucking fuck? I don't get it. We can't dig up the gold. They found billions and billions and billions of dollars further down the line. Oh no, there's a handful of people that don't like it. You can't dig it up. It's the majority. And right now this country is in serious debt. I don't even go to the pub anymore because the government takes 50% of a pint in tax. And it's $12 a pint. Minimum. £6 to you in the UK. 50%. So can you imagine? I want to open a pub. I always did want to open a little bar. Open a bar, you get everything, you get the finances in order, everything. Before you open the doors, tax man go, you got provisional tax for the next year. But I ain't earned anything yet. Yeah, well, you got provisional tax for next year, which you have to pay. And then when you open the doors and you pour that first lovely pot, I ain't had a beer yet, you get that first pint in your hand and you give it to the guy, and the government has already got their hand in your back pocket and has already taken 50% of it. This is where I'm getting with all of this, right? What I've just mentioned. They don't give 2 fucks about you and me. It's all fucked. It was fucked in the 80s, late 80s, Maggie Thatcher for me in the UK, selling off our assets back to us. Or trying to. No one now in government actually works for us. I'll give you another example in this country. My mate Noel. He had a barn built, you know, one of them steel ones, and you got your council here, right? Even like the UK, but the council here are horrendous. So we're paying the council, right, to do their job for us. So the planning department wants to get involved because he's got to put a concrete slab down, he's going to have electricity to it, and it's on about 2.5 hectares, so it's not going to interfere with anybody. They come along, they have a look, give him a bill. They come back when he's done the concrete pad, reinforced steel, ticks it off, gives him a bill. In the end, he paid $16,000 to build a little barn on his own property. I always asked, and I said to him, and I still see, and I still train him, why? Why the fuck were you being charged when you're paying them to do their job for you? They're not doing anything extra. They're either sitting in their car or they're sitting in their office, but they're getting paid 9 till 5. Now all of a sudden they actually do some work, they then bill you. How's that council then working for you? It's not. It's all fucked. From the lowest level to the highest. In the UK, in my hometown Lowestoft, bless them, and I've mentioned this, and I go on a few forums, which I've stopped all of it now for a while. Oh, minder. The days when it was just fun. So in my hometown Lowestoft, change of use, I'll just call it what it is. Change of use is another abbreviation for change of use. And it's coming to Lowestoft. It's already arrived in Great Yarmouth, and it'll just get worse and worse and worse. And if you just sit on your hands or you stick your head in the ground and go, Gary, you're just a racist, it's fine, we will mix in with them. It's back to the ingredients, isn't it? The ingredients that we mix. And we've done pretty well in the UK. And don't ever, ever, ever apologise for being white or English, British, whatever. Because don't forget, they just took down, and I put a picture on Facebook the other week. No one got it. The Labour Party have taken down the portrait in the House of Commons of Lord Nelson. Now, they put a new one up, and it's of some Labour person, I forget their name, insignificant. But the whole point is, it's our history, it's part of our history. If you say anything about Lord Nelson, he defended the UK, right? And he was the first to come out and trying to stop slavery. Yet they want to wipe him out. That leads me on to Shakespeare. Again, Shakespeare. Renowned the world over for his stuff he's done, his writings and everything. I don't get it myself. But his museum, where he lived, is now a museum. They're now taking out some of his artifacts because it doesn't fit in with diversity. So they're taking some of his stuff out of his house, his museum, and putting in more diverse stuff. That's what Muslims are bringing to your country. They'd be happy to take over. You know it and I know it. I can say it here, but it'll be very soon where you won't be able to say it. And they're still coming in by the droves on the boats as we speak right now. I dare say someone is inflating their rubber dinghy and they're sticking their little outboard on the back and getting ready with their cell phone to go and do a selfie. So I'm not doing this anymore for a while. I'm having a break. I'm just going to fuck around in my garage, play around. I've got to say play with myself. Play around in my garage and do my thing because it just winds me up. It just winds me up. So I've cancelled everything that I subscribe to because I try and Labour Party, Reform, all the candidates I follow and I listen to what they say, and that's when you start seeing the contradictions coming in. They're all just players. They're all just players and they're playing you and me. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do. You got a little taste of my other channel. I'm putting this on YouTube as well. I'm going to dress it up for YouTube a little bit and just leave it as it is here. It is a lovely day. I wish they would just leave us all to get on with it. Just pay our taxes for the roads, for the hospitals, the poor people. Oh, on the poor people in New Zealand, by the way, we have a very high proportion of kids under the poverty line, right? We pay, the Beehive, which is Parliament in New Zealand, we pay as taxpayers £52,000 a week, dollars a week, so they can have their fucking meals in the Beehive. £52,000 a week. Yeah, I know a lady that packs 400 lunches a day in my area so kids can eat. Yeah, they're all right. You get it. Start looking. When they get in, they give two fucks not about you or I. It's a system that's broken. It's been broken most probably for 100 years, but we're now waking up. I'm waking up and then going to sleep because I just can't deal with it anymore. I don't even think Reform 100% are on our side in the UK. Nigel Farage, he starts a lot of things and never finishes them, eh? I want to go back to the 80s where I didn't care and everything seemed right. We all swore at Maggie Thatcher. And everything changed when Tony Blair came in, didn't he? When Tony Blair got in, the game changed. He opened the borders. He started all this open borders thing with the UK. 1.2 million illegals, costing £6 million a day. And that's without the billions they've spent on them to actually integrate into the UK when they're actually illegals. It's sort of a takeover. Why can't they just leave us alone? Why don't they go to a country more suited to them? Why do they push their ideology onto the UK, and then people like me want to push back, and then you're called a racist because you're pushing back on your culture? Anyway, that's it. I most probably will be doing them from my phone. I'm on my GoPro at the moment, and you know I like to pace. I have to pace. I have to get rid of this energy. And it used to be strength through oi. The foreskins, as I say. I will leave you with a great song. Nice bass line. Great. Yep, proud to be British and a little bit Kiwi. You have a good day, folks. I'm about to, because I'm going to open a beer, and that's coming down. Have a good one. Ta-das.